Good evening. Tonight I want to talk about climate change. Or when I was a kid, it was called global warming. The big thing. Now, the big thing about climate change nowadays is they have these things called carbon taxes. So when it really amp up, make them real bad. I know California's got them, a whole bunch of other stuff. They put that exhaust cleaning fluid now in certain diesel trucks. A lot of them have it, which means that you need to burn another chemical to burn off the chemical that the exhaust is giving off. Now, there's an easier way of fixing that, and wouldn't cost us hardly anything. The great thing about trees and plants, they love carbon. Oh, they eat it up. I mean, we could have an outrageous amount in the atmosphere. And as long as we had plants, like the big forests and the jungles that we still have here, they would be thriving. They would just explode. Even plankton and seaweed and stuff in the ocean would take off. And everyone's like, yeah, but if there's so much carbon, that much carbon is going to kill humans. Because, people don't have brains enough to think that plants give off oxygen after they, yeah, kind of neat. But I was watching Neil Tyson, I think I say his middle name wrong, I apologize, but they were talking about the climate change thing and how a vast majority of I can't remember what the said percentage was, but it was a pretty good size amount of sun's rays are reflected off the planet. Snow during the winter, and then on the southern poles, and then like Iceland or Greenland, and mountain areas that got a lot of snow, and then the ocean. But anything dark or black would soak that heat up. And I knew that, but then I got to thinking about it. It's like, well, maybe we could all everyone plant trees along the side of the highway or something like that. And we could go, and instead of asphalting roads in black, which I know it's going to always be black, and even the same thing with roofs. No, probably not on the roads. We couldn't probably do it as much, but shingles, we could do it. I figured pretty much anything above Oklahoma, draw a line across the map. Anything north of Oklahoma, you could probably leave those roofs black because it helps in the wintertime. Sun hits it, helps thaw out snow. Same with the roads. Down south, we don't have that problem. So you could pretty much paint every roof in the south white, which that means your house is going to collect heat. It's going to reflect the sun off, and that means the planet won't heat up. It'll actually cool it down a little bit. And then with all the carbon cooking out in the air, the plants are just going to thrive. And then I got to thinking about it. Everyone's always complaining about, I want to put these wind turbines up, but wind doesn't always blow. And I got to thinking about it. You know where the wind always blows constantly? In big cities along the border. And even in big cities like New York, Los Angeles, anywhere that has like an interstate, it's like, or a freeway, 4 or 5 lanes, or, 4 less, whatever. Well, you have semis and cars going up and down there all day, and usually you got traffic all day long. So, and then a lot of them that go through downtown cities and stuff like that, on the, some of them have walls up, keep the sound down from neighbors and houses that are on the other side, because usually those go right to the center of neighborhoods sometimes. In big cities, I know in Indianapolis, 465 does. 465 is a great big loop. There's always stuff going around it. So, what I was thinking is, on the right side of the road, along the side of the road, you put those little tube-style windmills, right along the side of the road. So when a truck goes by, or a car goes by, what's it going to do? It's going to turn that. The wind's going to turn it. And you got people going one direction, and you got people going the other direction. So on each side of the road, you got these turbines running, or not turbines, but windmills running. There's your electricity. And then you wouldn't have to build those great big ugly monstrosities out in the middle of fields that do harm to birds. They leak oil terribly. And I'm pretty sure the smaller ones would be less maintenance. I'm pretty sure someone could do the math, which I'm terrible at, to figure out how many you would need in a certain area to generate a certain amount of electricity. And yeah, so if anyone could think of anything I could add to that, other than nuclear energy, of course, which is way cleaner than what it was in the past. I mean, if we can stick our soldiers in the Navy and in the aircraft carriers that have a nuclear power plant in them, and pretty much every submarine the United States has a nuclear power plant in it. And none of those guys have a third arm or cancer or anything like that, because we have gotten better at the radiation consumption and the disposal. I mean, these new ones, they hardly get rid of anything. And a matter of fact, they can run off waste from old nuclear power plants. So, there's that. And if anyone can think of anything, please, by all means, let me know. And if there's anyone out there that's got the science and maybe the math, by all means, please tell me if that wouldn't be a plausible idea with the wind turbines on the interstates, where we know traffic's going to be by all the time. That's all I have to say about that, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies, have a nice evening and a great week. And don't let those killjoys in America get you down. This is still the greatest place in the world. And if it wasn't, all those people down on the southern border wouldn't be trying to get here. Love you, America. Be safe.